Alright, I had mentioned before that I am changing a lot of things in my business. And I told you that I would tell you eventually what I was doing. So I've made videos before. I think I made one before, and it was called "Can You Mow Small Backyards?" or "Can You Cut Small Yards?" or something along those lines. And then I talk about why I have my 36 stander, so on and so forth, things like that. Well, at one time I had a bunch of yards that I used my 36 on. Now I have 3. One of them I use it on just because I have it on the trailer. It's either that or 48, and the only 48 I own besides the Ferris is the Walker MT. But I really don't, and the other 2 aren't that big. I could push mow them, I just don't want to. Because my push mower is a little 21-inch mower. Oh, by the way, we got our first frost last night. There's frost everywhere. So that's it. The leaves will definitely start coming down now. I'll finish out this week with mowing. Mowing is done. It is shut down once that first frost comes. And so now it's pretty much just the leaves, which I have plenty of work to keep me rolling. But anyway, so what I'm doing is I'm selling my Exmark Vantage 36 stander. It just hit 500 hours. It's a great mower. I have it on Craigslist for $3,500 or best offer. The first person that offers me $3,000 cash, it's theirs. They can have it. The Tiger kit I never used. It sat for a month. It just went to the dealership. I put a new fuel filter on it. I had them flush the hydro system and put new fluid, new hydro filter on it. Both new air filters. I mean, you guys know all this. That machine, there's nothing wrong with that machine. It just hit over 300 hours. I have the full bagging system. I paid actually $11,898.92 for that mower a year ago. That's exactly what I paid for it out the door. I have it on Craigslist for $8,500 at best offer. I've more than accommodated for the just over 300 hours that are on it. I've adjusted the price for that. I think it's more than fair what I'm asking. So the first person to give me $8,000, it's theirs. I'm selling the enclosed trailer. The enclosed is gone. I love the enclosed trailer. I love being able to back in at the end of the day, closing it up, done, and just walking away, not unloading. But there's a lot of great things about an enclosed trailer, but there's a lot of cons too. One of the big cons is I have a lot of vapor locking issues, okay, which there's a lot of alternative damage that comes with vapor locking. Let me explain that. Now, you guys know that I put additional vents up in the front of the trailer, so the air will flow in when I'm going down the road, grab a lot of that hot air and take it out the roof vent. Well, it definitely makes a difference, but it doesn't do it enough. And the problem is June, July, and August in my area, 3 solid months. It's hotter than balls, and it gets so hot that in between those lawns, my equipment is not cooling down. So I'll take my trimmers, and you'll pull that thing 15, 20 times, you know, and it just doesn't want to start. You unscrew the gas cap, and it goes, it lets off all this pressure, and then you screw the cap back on, pull it, and it fires right up. That's vapor lock. It's just like too much pressure. It's not allowing the equipment to cool down. It's building up all this pressure. The mowers do the same thing. So you'll sit there and crank, and the mower's not starting up. And you can unscrew the fuel cap, and the same thing will happen, but not always. Sometimes, you know, it just takes a little bit of cooling down first. But that constant cranking on that equipment, you're burning the crap out of that starter. You're burning that starter up. You're draining the battery way down before it has a chance to recharge, and that constant drain down the battery, you're causing more damage. You know, and it takes time for any big effects to come from that. But, you know, we'll take the walkers, for instance. On my MT, you got to pull that motor or else drop the whole blower unit, which is easier to pull the motor. You got to pull the motor to change the starter. So, I mean, it's not just a couple bolts, drop the starter out, put a new one in if that thing goes. So, I mean, there's those issues with it. With an open trailer, I can pull a mower in and like the walk behind, back it in and have the handlebars hanging off the edge a little bit where you're close to them walls. You're confined to them walls on an enclosed trailer. My trailer's 14 foot with a 2-foot V-nose. If I had a solid 16-foot open trailer, the difference in room it's huge. It doesn't sound like much, but it is. It's big. It's a big difference. Plus, with the walkers now, I can build the ramp like Brian did on his on the front to drop it down onto the bed of this dump truck and back my walker right up in there and dump it. I don't have to mess with bins anymore. There's just a lot of additional benefit. It's a lot easier to see backing up. The enclosed trailer has a lot of blind spots, and I get into a lot of areas where I can't really see. Even with my extended big mirrors that I put on this, there's a lot of difference. So I'm actually I gotta go dump grass this morning, go to the bank, get a bunch of cash, go pick up my buddy, and we're going to look at this trailer. It's a 2015 SureTrack. It's a 16-footer. It has the big cage on the front, which I'll cut off of there. It has weed whacker racks. It has 2 of the mounts for the handheld blowers to sit in. It has a mount for the backpack rack, or for the backpack blower. It has the mount to put all your stick equipment like your shovels and rakes. It has the lift assist on the gate. It's a dual axle SureTrack. It's a nice trailer. It's a 2015, and I can get it for like $2 grand. So I'm gonna go and look at this trailer. If it turns out to be what I want, then I'm gonna buy it for sure. But so I mean, that's gonna be going into next season. My setup is pretty much gonna be this. It is going to be both walkers, and I'm gonna go buy the Toro that Johnny Moe uses. He showed it in many of his videos. I think it's like a 30-inch or 33-inch or something. It's $1,000 at Home Depot. So for the 4 yards that I push mow now, it'll be 10 times better on them than the 21-inch that I used. It's about spanked, and I'm due for a new one anyway. And the couple yards that I push mow the backyards, I'm using the 36 on. And I can crack them out. It'll be no big deal to push mow them. So I'll have that. I'll have the 2 walkers, and then I'll have the Ferris walk behind that I need for a couple yards where I have those steep inclines. The one in particular that y'all know about. And the plan is actually, depending on how fast I pay off this new B19, is to order the new Ferris FW 35 48-inch walk behind, and that'll replace the Ferris that I have now. So that's it. Everything else is going. The only thing that I'm keeping is the Great Dane Stander. It owes me nothing. It's already paid for itself. I love that thing, and I'm going to keep it as a backup mower. Also as a mower I use when I got like a rough area to cut down or something to hack down. I'm going to beat on that versus my walkers. So that's it. I'm simplifying everything, and that's what it's going to go to. That's what I'm going to be doing, and that's the changes. So like I said, today is going to get this trailer. I can't do shit this morning. I'm not getting on any of these lawns. They're all covered in frost. They're all white. So that's that. We go from here. Alright, so here it is. These are, obviously I put a bunch of my stuff in it already, but these are the cages. These things are huge. He put the hinges on here, but they're not like, you know, they're store-bought. They're not something somebody made. They're very, very light. It's very thin metal, but it's huge. It's nice. It has one of those racks there. I guess you could put a gas can in there, or you can put a handheld blower or hedge trimmers or chainsaw. You can put almost anything in there. It has these racks here. I put my rakes in there. Oh, it is a 2015 SureTrack 16-foot trailer. It has the easy gate straight back. This was added on here. I like that. It's like an extra plate instead of just the grate. But that's just like, look, I'm just flopping it around. It's a reinforced gate. It has all the extra ribbing in it and for strength, and it weighs nothing. Look, it's not even falling, just very lightly falling. And then it stops like right there. And I gotta push it down. just from the one setup. That's nice. It has another one of those racks here. I just set my blower in there. I'm still gonna figure out how I might put the blower in the cage for now, but I'm gonna figure out how I'm gonna add it in there. It had the backpack blower here. I put pins in all this stuff. None of it had pins in it. Pins in the weed whacker racks. But anyway, I put my 600 there because that's the one I use all the time. I put 2 of my trimmers in here. This is the Rackham style. My buddy has these on his. I don't like this style. I don't like this hard flap coming over. These flop around in there. They do it on his, and I know they'll do it on mine, and I don't like it. I like the ones that I like them more secure. I may even go with one of the new style that everyone's using. I don't know. But it had this string trimmer. This string mount here, so I just used instead of pulling the one out of my trailer, and a spare tire. It does need 4 tires. They're not in the best shape. They're not horrible, but they're not great. That was his company, Langle Enterprises. So anyways, yeah, I can unbolt this cage. I'm gonna take this cage off. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with it yet. I really do like it, but as I mentioned, I want to build the ramp that goes from here and drops down right in here, so I can back my walker right up. So I will decide what I'm going to do, but for right now, this is it. So what did I pay? He wanted $2,500. I offered him $2,000. He said he would sell it for $2,000, but he was taking all the racks off. And just from having open trailers before, and I know what they cost, this by Rackham is $189 for this 3-stage trimmer rack. This right here is about $40. It's about $40 or $50 for the hand tools rack over there. These right here about $40 to $50 a piece, and this right here is about $250. So pretty much the only thing I would have to buy would be the backpack blower rack, which I need another one. I gotta have 2, so I have my other one on here. These racks here and the string rack, those are mainly the ones I would really need. The rest are just whatever. I'd be well over the $200, so I gave him $2,200. We settled on for the trailer with everything on it. Oh, plus the easy gate lift. I have no idea what that costs. I know what some of the other styles cost, but so I made out $2,200. Not a bad deal. Really nice trailer. Went and registered it already, and I stuck my other one down at my buddy's house, and it'll stay down there for now until I can sell it, or unless I just decide to keep it. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I have it listed for sale. If I get what I want for it, then I'll sell it. But that's it. Different ideas. I wanted to see how stuff was going to fit. I can easily fit these together, and I can, if I wanted to, I could just back this one in next to this one more, flip that deck up, and still get another mower on here, like a walk behind, which is what you guys know, the one with the hill. That was a problem I ran into. I needed 3 mowers on that day, and I could only fit 2 on the trailer in my enclosed. So at least I know I have that option. I can do that.